قَالَ لَهُ صَاحِبُهُ. Now imagine if somebody is talking like this in front of you. What would you do? Bye. Right? Or you could say, I get what you're saying, but generally what do? We're just quiet. We feel too scared to open our mouth. But his friend, what did he do? قَالَ لَهُ صَاحِبُهُ. His friend said to him, وَهُوَ يُحَاوِرُهُ. While he was conversing with him, meaning he continued talking to him. And he said, أَكَفَرْتَ? Do you disbelieve بِالَّذِي, in the one who خَلَقَكَ, who created you? He's saying, do you disbelieve in Allah, the one who made you? The one who made you? مِن تُرَابٍ, from dust? You see, this guy was becoming so arrogant, right? And his friend reminds him of his origin. Of his humble origin. You think you're great? What are you made of? Dust. Mud. ثُمَّ مِن نُطْفَةٍ. Then from a nutfa. Meaning your origin, human beings, Adam was created from dust. And you, his child, was created from the nutfa of your immediate parents. ثُمَّ سَوَّاكَ رَجُلًا. Then Allah fashioned you, proportioned you into a complete man. Allah is the one who made you. Did you make yourself? Did you make yourself? No. Allah made you. How can you deny that? So, what does this ayah teach us? That whenever we start feeling arrogant about ourselves, just remember what you're made of. You're made of something that's supposed to be washed away. That's not even supposed to be mentioned. This is what we're made of. You know, like Hassan al-Basri said, that man is made of something that exits from one private part, and then he is completed, his form is completed, and then he comes out from another private part. What does he think of himself? Just think about our origin. What are we? Our origin is disgusting. Think about it. Do we have any right to be arrogant? Do we have any right to think highly of ourselves? I mean, if you think about your origin, you're embarrassed. It's shameful. Thinking about it, its very mention is embarrassing. How can we feel great about ourselves? He says, ثُمَّ سَوَّاكَ رَجُلًا لَكِنَّ. Lakinna is a combination of lakin and ana. He said, but I, as for me, what do I believe? Hu Allahu Rabbi. He is Allah my Lord. I'm not impressed by your fancy talk. I'm not impressed by your wealthiness, your richness. As for me, I believe in Allah my Lord. Such a powerful statement. Think about it. Somebody is denying Allah in front of you. Do you have the courage to say, I believe in Allah? He says, لَكِنَّ, as for me, هُوَ اللَّهُ رَبِّي وَلَا أُشْرِكُ بِرَبِّي أَحَدًا, and never will I associate with my Lord anyone. He reaffirmed his belief. And he, said it very confidently in front of his friend. And now he's admonishing him. He says, وَلَوْلَا, why not, إِذْ دَخَلْتَ, when you entered, جَنَّتَكَ, your garden, قُلْتَ, you said, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ, whatever Allah willed. لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ, there is no power except with Allah. Why didn't you say that? You should have said this. Meaning, if you saw your garden, you saw all those fruits, you saw all those, dollars coming in, you should have praised Allah. This is what Allah has willed. This has happened because of Allah's power, not because of your will and not because of your power. مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. إِن تَرَنِي, if you see me, أَنَا أَقَلَّ, I am less minka than you, مَالًا, in wealth, وَوَلَدًا, and in children. You think you're very rich and you have a lot of power and you see me as less than you? Okay. You felt greatness, but you should have remembered the greatness of Allah. Because He's the one who gave this to you. And this is what will keep us humble. Whenever you have something, whenever you get something, realize, Allah gave it to me. Allah has even more. I was reading recently in a book, Fiqh al-Qulub, that the author was mentioning the angels of Allah, how powerful they are. That Jibreel, how powerful is he? How big Jibreel is, and how big the angels that carry the throne are. That how strong is Jibreel? With just one wing, he lifted up the towns of the people of Lut, turned them upside down and threw them back. Can you imagine a wing? One wing. Now imagine the power of all of Jibril's wings combined. And then imagine the power of his entire body. Imagine Israfil, who will blow the trumpet once and all the creation will die. If this is the power of his blow, imagine the power of the rest of his body. And then the author said, imagine the power of Allah. How great He is. How able He is. مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And this is something that we should say whenever we find something beautiful, whenever we begin to admire one of our possessions. For example, children, even when you see them, say, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. When you see, your new phone, brand new phone, and you can't keep your eyes off of it, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. It'll keep you humble, and inshallah it will protect your stuff from evil also. And then he warns his friend. He said, فَعَسَى رَبِّي, then perhaps my Lord, أَن يُؤْتِيَنِي, that He will give me خَيْرًا, better, min jannatik, than your garden. Don't you realize all power is with Allah? He gave this to you, and who knows, Allah can give me something that's even better than your garden. If He gave you, can He not give me? Why are you boasting? Why are you showing off? وَيُرْسِلَ, and He can send عَلَيْهَا, upon it, what? Upon your garden. حُسْبَانًا, a calamity. Husban is from Hasin Ba, Hisab. What is Hisab? Accounting. Meaning He can send something that will be perfect accounting, perfect punishment for the showing off that you're doing here, for the arrogance that you're displaying over here. وَيُرْسِلَ عَلَيْهَا حُسْبَانًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ, from the sky. فَتُصْبِحَ, so it will become, meaning your garden will become صَعِيدًا, plain ground. What is صَعِيد? Surface of the ground, meaning flat. زَلَقَ, slippery. When does your foot slip? Zailam qaf, zalaq is to slip. When does it slip? Think about it. Has it ever happened with you that you're walking in a park or to the bus stop and the grass is very muddy, and then what happens? You slip. Your foot slips because it's too wet. So He's warning him, why are you boasting? Allah gave it to you, Allah can also destroy this. And Allah can give me something better than what you have. A storm can come from the sky, burning all of your crop. Who knows? This land may be flooded. What will happen to your delicate grapevines? If it's flooded, imagine, it will become so slippery that you will not be able to even stand here. You won't be able to walk from one side to the other, because it would be so slippery. Something that you feel you have so much power over, you could lose it to the point that you cannot even walk over it. You cannot even go through it. So what happened? He warned him. And what does this show? That if somebody is showing off, what should we do? Warn them. Because this is